Hi, I'm Tom from Clifton. In this video I'm going to run you through the settings that you can configure with Cahoots. You can bring up the settings by going to the Unity Preferences and then navigating down to the Cahoots tab. All of these settings should be configured in the custom setup process, but if you need to change them later, you can do that here. Here you can see two sets of settings, project and local settings. The project settings, as the name implies, are the settings that apply to the whole Cahoots project. When you change a project setting, you'll notice that the Cahoots database.asset file gets modified. If you're using source control, then this will need to be checked in. So let's look at each of these settings. The first setting is the shared drive type. So Cahoots stores data on the current checkout status of the various layers in a directory on a drive that anyone on your team can access. Currently that drive can either be a local network drive or OneDrive or Dropbox directory. You can see which drive type you want to use here. So we've just got OneDrive selected in this example. Next there's an option to set the checkout files path. This is the directory relative to the shared network path, which you have to set up in the local settings, which I'll talk about in a minute, where you want to store the checkout files for this Cahoots project. A common structure is to set up a directory somewhere on your drive for Cahoots and then set up a subdirectory per project. You can select the directory you want to use by clicking Change. As you can see here, I'm using a directory for this project under a Cahoots checkout files directory. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. The next setting lets us specify where we want to actually save the levels and their associated data within the Unity project. This path has to be relative to your Unity project, so under the assets directory. Here I've set up a subdirectory for the levels under assets. Next you can set which source control system you're using. Using source control gives your Cahoots project extra protection to stop your team members accidentally overwriting each other's work. It does this by querying the last checkout revision for a particular layer and making sure that you have the checkout revision in your own repository before allowing you to check out a layer. Currently, Git is the only source control system used, but more systems are currently being worked on. If you're not using source control, which you really should be, or your system is not listed, then just select None for now. Everything will still work, you'll just lose that extra protection. Lastly, there's an option to enforce identical project paths. Sometimes it's convenient to set up multiple workspaces for the same project, or have workspaces on different machines. What this option does is make sure that if you're logged in as the same user on another workspace to the one you check the layer out on, then you can't modify that layer, even though you've got it checked out. This stops you accidentally overwriting your own work, as you could conceivably have changed the same layer in multiple workspaces for the same user. The local settings are settings that are local to a particular machine. So we just minimize the project settings just to see them a little bit clearer. So the first of these settings is the shared drive path. So this path is going to be different on different operating systems or on different machines. For example, if you're using a cloud storage drive like OneDrive or Dropbox, then different team members might have them stored in different places. This setting lets you specify where the root path of the shared drive that you're using is. So for me, that's just under my users directory. The other setting allows you to specify where the executable for your source control system is located. Usually this should automatically point to the right place, as long as you've not installed your source control system to some atypical place. But if you have, you can set that location here. And that's it for this video. If you want to know more, then feel free to check out the other Cahoots videos in this channel, or check out the latest documentation online, or visit our support forums. All the links will be in the description for this video. Thanks for watching.